a leaked classified report just triggered total panic across Russia. Right now, millions of terrified citizens are crowding empty ATMs, desperately trying to withdraw their savings before the entire financial system completely collapses. Script ready, word count 31. Text: behind Kremlin walls, a quiet panic spreads. Sanctions and war costs push Russian banks to the absolute brink. Cash reserves vanish overnight while unpaid loans stack up. The system is choking. Desperation turns to chaos. Outside, riot police hold back furious crowds screaming for their savings. Inside, the central bank floods the vaults with emergency cash. But is it enough to stop the panic, or just a temporary band-aid? Script for Scene 4. Text: then the screens went black. The government locked the vaults to stop the panic, but it was too late. Millions stared at zero balances, realizing their life savings were gone forever. Trapped. Look at the streets. The ruble is worthless, and banks have locked their doors. Now, citizens face military blockades. Anger turns to chaos as a nation stands on the brink of total collapse. On the streets, survival means trade. Bread for medicine, fuel for formula. The black market is the new economy. But the state blames phantom foreign hackers. They lie to hide the total collapse. The tanks grind to a halt right at the muddy edge of the abyss. The generals scream for an advance, but the men haven't been paid in months. They shut off the engines. No pay, no war. Desperation in Moscow has reached a boiling point. The Kremlin is now raiding private corporate bank accounts, snatching billions of dollars just to pay their soldiers and keep their dying war machine running. Now the oligarchs are fleeing the country. Behind them, corporate giants shut down their factories, flatly refusing to cooperate with the Kremlin. The industrial machine is grinding to a sudden, dramatic halt. The government declared martial law, seizing all remaining private wealth. Citizens flooded the streets in rage, but soldiers turned their weapons on the crowd. Would you stand and fight or run? Then the unthinkable happened. Soldiers turned their guns on their own commanders, joining the civilian revolt. With supply lines completely severed, the entire military machine collapsed from within. How could they survive this? Chaos in Moscow. Kremlin gates crash down as angry mobs flood the courtyard. Inside, the dictator flees, boarding a secret plane to escape the people's fury. His empire is crumbling fast. Inside the empty Kremlin, rival factions tear each other apart for the nuclear codes. Meanwhile, the outer regions are breaking away, fracturing the nation forever. Can anyone stop this madness before it's too late? Rogue commanders now hold the launch keys. Across the globe, leaders watch their screens in absolute terror as the threat escalates. There is nowhere left to hide. The final countdown has begun. The keys turn, the missiles prep. As Russia collapses, the entire world holds its breath. Will we somehow survive the devastating fallout, or is this truly the end for humanity?